Yes, everyone, welcome to again the Platinum Endurance Championship. It's been quiet for a while at PRL, but after the Platinum Racing League TCR series, we now are finally back with some racing again. And yeah, well, 4 hours of Interlagos is upon us. I mean, what better venue to start again than at Interlagos? 4 hours of this beautiful track, and well, after last race at Spa, the 6 hours of Spa, which went right down to the end in all classes. The GT3 and GT3 Pro, GTE and GTE Pro at LMP2, of course, went right down to the wire, of course. With that very costly mistake from Winston Eckel, dropping the clutch a little bit too early while fuel saving, that cost them the race, of course, at Spa a couple of weeks ago. Well, then you can see on my left, for you guys, my right, that the cars are out on track already. We have just 9 minutes of practice left, and then we go straight into qualifying. We have a lot to go over in these couple of minutes, of course. But yeah, let's look at it real quick. We of course have the drivers out on track, but before we do this, we have of course the championships to look at. We have GT3 that is of course led after the win by ERC, powered by FSP TV Rhineland. After their win, of course, last time out at Spa, they now lead that championship with 32 points, 9 points clear of Bikes Online DS Racing. H2 Motorsports is just behind that with 19 points as well. Then we have Team Kerstens, 13 points, some good points for them as well. TCE Virtual Motorsports 2 with 10 points are the last team to score points in the GT3 AM class. SR Technics, CDRN Max Speed, Akil Racing Cyan and YS Motorsport Red are all teams that haven't scored points in this championship. Then we have, of course, the GT3 Pro standings, led by the Fields Academy Motorsports, 32 points for them after their win, of course. Hashtag Racing GT3 is in second, 9 points behind Fields Academy. Austrian Sim Racers Orange, 19 points in third. Orion Race Team Pack GT3, they are in fourth, 15 points, just 2 points clear of Team IRNL, of course. They had that crash coming out of pit lane or on their in lap, which cost them a lot of repair time out at Spa, of course. But they are very much looking to do better, and this GT3 Pro field is so stacked, like we've seen in Spa. They were like within 5 seconds with 4 cars. Until I think that second hour when that happened with the Team IRNL car, then it split to 3 cars within 4 seconds. But yeah, that was an amazing fight to see for the whole race. RD Sim Sports is in 6th, 10 points for them. Digital Spirit DS Racing is in 7th. 8th is Ludens Racing Green with 5 points, 3 points for iBox Sim Racing Team 4, 10 points for TR Motorsports Pack, and in 11th, 1 point for Z Challenger Glide Racing Skull Candy. Those are your GT3 Field Championship standings. We move on to now our GTE AB field, a smaller field there, sadly, but still a field that is stacked with a lot of good teams. Crips Racing is in the lead in that class at the moment with 32 points. Of course, the winners from every class are getting 32 points. Ibox Sim Racing Team 1 is in second, 23 points. Third is PM Esports with 19 points, 15 points for WPR Racing in fourth. Akil Racing with 13 points in fifth. And last, but sadly not scoring points, is Redgate Esports. Well then, a bigger field in the GTE Pros. We have a field of 32 drivers there. First is Astro Racing, or a field of 10 cars, 32 points for Astro Racing in first. Second is Team Slow Pace. They had a very good race last time out as well. They were definitely not slow. They now have 23 points. 3 points for Orion Race Team Pack GTE, and or 90 points for Orion Race Team Pack GTE. They are in third. Fourth is Delta Motorsports, #141, with 15 points. 13 points for T3 Motorsports by Manatee Pack GTE. Astro Racing Mayorla with 10 points in sixth. Seventh is JD Sim Racing with 8 points. And 8th is .x Esports Red. They are in 5th. 9th is Ibox Sim Racing Team 2 with 3 points. And then last but not least, not scoring points, is Ludens Racing. Well then, our biggest field is yet to come, and that is our LMP2 field, all in the same class, of course. We'll start from the bottom. 4 teams not scoring points. Austrian Sim Racers Red, of course, they were leading a lot of the race, but got taken out, and they sadly did not score points in that race. Ibox Sim Racing Team 3 did not score point as well. Geezer Racing Team is in 14, not scoring points as well. Delta Motorsports also with 0 points on the board. Then 11th is #Racing LMP2 with 1 point. 10th is Delta Motorsports, #40 with 2 points. 3 points for Rapid E-Racing Team Orange in 9th. 5 points for Cardboard Blue in 8th. 7th is Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Orange with 8 points. A disappointing race for them out there last time. Julian was really their weak link there at that team, so they were looking to do better this time round and make less mistakes than they did at Spa. Of course, 2 hours less to make mistakes in, but still a very difficult track, this one, with traffic as well. Z Challenger Goliath Racing GoPro in 6th with 10 points. Just behind Rapid E-Racing Team Purple with 13 points. My favorite team in 4th with 15 points. Karuma Motorsports is currently in 3rd with 19 points. Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Blue in 2nd, of course. A lot of things said about that team. They had the pace, but things happened there and they fell back. Austrian Sim Racers Blue in the lead of the championship, and they are with 32 points, 9 points clear of the field. Yes, Justin, I do know that it says Rapid E, but that is just a mistake. That is nothing I can do, sadly, about that. But the championship is really close. Let's look at some new teams. We have today Gazax Racing Team. Mirko Bortolotti in that car, not out on track yet, but they are new in the LMP2 field. In the LMP2 field, we also have Writer Engineering Esports Red, new as well. Tim Holtz in that car. Then we have in the GT3 field, we have, I think, let me try and find them, Writer Engineering Esports as well, who are new in that class. I think that practice is now done and we can go into qualifying. Justin, there's no worries, of course. I do it with a lot of joy, and I love endurance racing just as much as you guys do in the race. And I hope that it's going to be a great spectacle out there today. Of course, the LMP2 cars are now allowed to get out on track. Clement Schmid leading that field. And now they have 15 minutes to do their qualifying. For the people who don't know how this works, of course, we have the guide for you here as well. It's this is in the GTE class, but this is in all classes the same. The GT3 class has a magenta color, so that is a pinkish color. The GTE field has a blue color, and the LMP2s are of course yellow. So the LMP2s are all black. There is no class in that, so they're all pros. Then in GTE and GT3 we have pros. Black numbers on their number plates if they are pros, and white numbers if they are AMs. Of course, AMs, they get treated a little bit differently by the pro drivers than, of course, pro do. AMs have a little bit less experience and are usually a little bit slower than our pro drivers. But for the people who don't know how qualifying works, every class gets 15 minutes to put in their respective times. And after 15 minutes, the pit lane will be closed for 5 minutes, and then at the beginning, I'll start from the beginning again over. At the start, our leader or our race director says, that is Marnix Heister at this event, says pit lane open for LMP2s. The LMP2s can then leave the pit lane to go out on track for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, he says pit lane exit closed for LMP2s. They may now finish their lap, so they can finish their lap that they're on, and they have to enter the pit lane after that. Then after 5 minutes, he says pit lane open, or pit lane exit open for the GTE field. Then the GTE cars can leave the pit to set their respective lap times. And then after 15 minutes, of course, after them qualifying, he says pit lane exit closed for GTEs. The GTEs may now finish their laps that they're on, and they have to return to the pits after that. Then the GT3s get 15 minutes to qualify, so he'll say after those 5 minutes, pit exit open for the GT3s. And then after 15 minutes, he says qualifying ends. So everyone may now finish their laps and get into the pit lane. And we have our starting grid. That is how qualifying works here at the PAC Championship, so the Platinum Endurance Championship. Of course, we have already times that have been set. At the moment, it looks like it is Platinum Racing Team LMP2 blue on top. They currently have a 23.35. So they will be looking to get that pole position, get that clean air at the beginning. They have a lot of pace in the race. It has to be said, of course. Let's look what they can do in qualifying then. A lot of new faces here as well. And it looks like it is Winston Eckel in that car qualifying. Of course, he is one of their fastest drivers in that team. Of course, 4 hours, so not all drivers will be driving for that team. It is Vincent Ossems, or Vincent Ossems, who has been left out of that team. He will not drive in this race, so it will be Winston Eckel and Perry Oosterveer in that car. Looking what they can do in qualifying. Currently trying to fix a bug in the timing. And I think it should be fixed now. So for one last time, we'll refresh it and see if it's fixed. If not, then yeah, that is it. Yes, it is fixed now. Good. Well then, let's focus on qualifying a little bit more than Winston Eckel in that car qualifying, of course. He is in provisional pole position at the moment, followed by the hashtag Racing LMP2 car, the number 92. They are very close to finishing their lap as well. Or are they on an outlap? It looks like they are on an outlap. Yes, Gazak's Racing Team. They are a team to look at when it comes to fast laps. Of course, this will be their first race in this championship, but definitely these guys are not rookies. They're definitely a team that is going to go, or going to be strong for the championship. Mirko Bortolotti is currently on an improvement for that 63 car. I'll stick with him for a bit. This is what Mirko can see. Let's look what he can do when he comes across the line. Is it going to be an improvement? No, it won't be an improvement, but it was definitely an improvement in the first two sectors. 23.5, it is close, but it's just a little bit off of his fastest lap time. Clement Schmid though in fourth, he is improving very, very much. Can he go to the top from fourth? For my favorite team. Oh, that is close, but he just can't. Very, very close there for these guys. And of course, as we can see, it's oh so close. Platinum Racing Team, LMP2 orange. Well, we have to talk about this team. They were looking very good out there last time round at Spa. But yeah, of course Jelicic in that car at that time. He is not there this time round, so that is definitely a team that is gonna fall back down the order, I think, a little bit. It is Van Merckx in that car qualifying. He is their third driver together with, I think, Julian. Can he improve is the question. No, he can't. He'll stay in 10th position. But this team, this is a team that, of course, is second in the championship. But we, of course, have to talk about their livery. This Platinum Racing team has new colors. Its new colors, or its old colors, were blue, of course, with Wholesome, their sponsor. That is now, or that was their color blue. Wholesome will still be sponsor for the team. But the team just has changed color, and we can see a little bit of that in this car. We see a little bit of red accents in this car, and a little bit of more of like a platinum on the car. So red with platinum is the new colors for this team. As Winston Eckel is currently also improving in a couple of sectors. Can he improve as he comes across the line? It's going to be close to, yes, he can improve by half a tenth. And he strengthens his lead at the top of the table. And I think that is a lot of time done for the LMP2 field. Of course, quick to jump back to the pits. This car, Rui Queiroz for #Racing LMP2, the 92 car, with a purple first sector. Can he, of course, get a little bit closer or maybe ahead of that Platinum Racing Team LMP2 blue car? But like I was saying, they have new colors, so they're entering a new era after that team is 1 year old now. Coming across the line, it's a 23. Oh, it's a 23.227. And like we said, with that purple first sector, that is a bomb of a lap. After Winston Eckel just improved, #Racing LMP2 goes to the top. And that is a very, very good second sector as well for Platinum Racing Team LMP2. The track has definitely improved. But can they finish their lap is my question. #Racing to the top now with a 23.227. Almost a 10th, and it's going to be a battle between those two teams. Winston Eckel on his lap with a purple second sector. Is he going to be able to improve? Snatch that provisional pole position away? I don't think he is, since he takes a wide line. He was still in his out lap. But now what can he do in his last lap? I think this is going to be his last lap. He can't improve any further, I think. And I think he just made a little mistake there. And that is that lap done, I think. But he's still looking to improve. Only 400ths off of the fastest lap. First sector, and of course that was a purple sector. 200ths down, so only 200ths currently he needs to find to get underneath that time. The third sector, can he improve there as well? It looks like he can, but he is losing just a little bit. Winston Eckel, what can he do? Of course, GTE Racing Team also improving just behind them. So interesting to see what they can do. No, I think Winston Eckel is not improving anymore. He's gonna go into the pit lane because he won't be able to start a lap anymore. 15 minutes done, they can't start a lap anymore. With Streckel across the line, that is not a improvement. Gas Racing Team goes across the line. Rico Bortotti, can he improve? No, he can't. So close again for them. But not quite close enough to snatch that position away from them. So they can now finish the laps that they are on. Rapid e-racing, nobody really improving at the moment. Horizon Sim Racing is improving though. Florian Apazella in that car. Marco Cruz behind that is improving as well in the sector, but I don't think that is going to be enough. Sven Merckx has done a beautiful job. Winston Eckel is improving though in that middle sector. Can he do a lap is my question. I think he was just over the time, so we can't set a lap anymore. Oh, and he is pushing to the absolute limit, Winston Eckel. Some crazy car control, but can he go across the line? Yes, he can. Is he going to improve by that? No, he can't. Tim Holtz behind and improving. Mikko Bortotti, can he improve? Yes, he can. He gets just a little bit closer. Tim Holtz in 11th. He can improve as well. For the Ryder Engineering Esports red car. Oh, he was judged to go into the pit lane. But he does improve, I think. A 24-2. That is not an improvement. Or that is an improvement, but that is not going to be enough for them. Well, that is qualifying done for the LMP2 field. It's hashtag Racing LMP2, snatch pole position. Platinum Racing Team LMP2 blue in second. GasX Racing Team in third. Fourth is Delta Motorsports. Fifth is My Favorite Team. 6th, Karuma Motorsports. 7th, Austrian Sim Racers Red. 8th, Rapid E-Racing. And 9th, Cupboard Blue. 10th, Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Orange. Good job there by Sven Merckx. Still qualifying the car in 10th. 11th is Ryder Engineering Esports Red. Z Challenger Glide Racing, a GoPro I think that is in 12th. Horizon Sim Racing is in 13th, and last but not least, Austrian Sim Racers Blue. Well then. Looks like the GTEs can leave the pit lane in just a bit. Not yet, of course. I'll give you the picture of the pit lane now. And we'll be back. I'll be back with you in just a minute. Well then, we see the GTEs line up at the end of the pit lane. looking to be out on track first. And there they go. It looks like the JD Motorsports car is going to be the first one out on track. And we see all the GTEs leave the pit lane. And what can we expect for GTE qualifying? It's going to be, of course, an absolute banger. Again, in those classes, it's going to be oh so close. We'll take the GTE Pro Championship again with us. Astro Racing, of course. The ones leading there, Astro Racing, Mayorla, Yaciel Hernandez in that car. So they are definitely a car to look for in the GTE qualifying. The GTE AB class, though, is led by Crips Racing. A team that did not expect, of course, to get out there and lead that championship. But they had very good pace at Spa. Here we see the top 5 of LMP2. Again, for the people that have missed it, it's Hashtag Racing LMP2 that snatched pole position ahead of Platinum Racing Team LMP2. Blue behind that is GasX Racing Team, our new team in the LMP2 field for this race. Delta Motorsports 40 are in 5th, or are in 4th, and 5th are my favorite team. Well then, let's now look at the GTE qualifying. Nobody has set a lap time yet. At 35 minutes done in this qualifying, the pit lane will close for the GTEs. But it looks like it's going to be car 111 to set the fastest lap time there. Of course, a very short track. Let's look then what Crips Racing can do. They are currently 2nd or 4. Like I said, it's going to be so close. 4,000ths of a second behind JD Sim Racing there. They are currently leading the AM class. But T3 Motorsports by Manatee Pack GTE are currently leading overall. They are in the BMW, and like I said, this is the only other car than a Porsche in this field. So it would be really nice to see them pick up like a podium spot. They did very well in the last race. They are in the Pro class, GTE Pro. Like I said, T3 Motorsports, they finished 5th last time out, not starting high up, but they just kept the car on track. They kept fighting for every inch of track available to them. As you see, track limits are very much abused there by our drivers, but it is allowed by the game, so the drivers can do that. As we have now a change in position. JD Sim Racing goes to 3rd overall. They go back into pit lane. Car 168 is improving as well. They currently haven't set a lap time, but they are going to come across the line to set a very strong lap time. .X Esports Red are going to come across the line this time round. They are not gonna set a pole position time. That is still T3 Motorsports by Manatee Pack GTE. But these cars are all looking very, very close to each other, like the LMP2s are. Of course, it was very close at Spa already, but then after, of course, this is a shorter track. The margins will be even closer than they were at Spa. But like we said, all Porsches in this field. Here you can see the only BMW is leading the class at the moment. So that is big by that BMW. Maybe the BMW is the preferred car around this track. Of course, with this very long straight, the BMW is very fast there. Just remember, no BOP for this series. Here we are. .X Esports Red coming across the line to put in a lap time of 1:30.1. Getting even closer to that pole position time by T3 Motorsports by Manatee Pack GTE. But not quite ahead of them. They are very, very close. But they haven't got ahead of them yet. Rips Racing does improve as well to 4th position overall. And it looks like they are a very, very strong team in the GTE and class. They are now leading their GT EM class by quite some margin. Here we can see the gap. That gap is currently 9/10 is what they're leading by. That is a big, big, big margin. These drivers have at the moment 7 minutes left in their respectable qualifying sessions to set a faster lap time. Currently no purple sectors are being set. Very Racing Team Black is at the moment with the Red Lantern. They are lost in the GTE class. Alfonso Ruiz with a purple sector. AJ Martins in 5th, also in a purple sector. They did improve Xavier Chavez, but in 9th, it looks like Team Slow Pace is definitely improving as well. What can they make of it? A 30.4, that is an improvement, yes. In P6 at the moment, Astro Racing, what can they do then? This team driving with the factory Porsche livery still on it. They are a very, very good team. Currently into the last sector. And this has been a very, very good lap from them in P2s. Simona Passoni is improving as well with a purple middle sector. But our P1 is improving behind that as well. It looks like the track is getting faster every minute here. You really have to be the last one out there. Xavier Chavez, what can he do then? Coming across the line to put in a 29.899. That is provisional pole position for the Astro car. Then we have in P3 Orion Race Team Pack GTE. Can they improve as well? No, they can't. Their time stays the same. It looks like P1 or T3 Motorsports had to abort their lap. Something happened there. I don't really know what. course, if you have some questions, Rudolf ten Braake now coming across the line to improve his time as well. Ibach Sim Racing Team 2 now up into 8th position. Jaciel Hernandez in the 132 Porsche. He is improving as well. He's in 7th at the moment. Where can he improve? There are no purple sectors, but that is not needed to go into pole position. Let's see what he can do. He can get in a 30.146. It's oh so close between all the drivers. He moves himself up into 5th. Of course, if you have any questions about where is that car, who is driving for that car, of course, feel free to ask them in the chat and I'll try to answer them as best and as quickly as possible. Wojtek Kochi is improving for JD Sim Racing. What is he going to be able to do? Just behind them is Marius Brouwer for the 168 car. Can he go to the top? It's going to be close though. Yes, he can! By 0.02 of a second. .X Esports Red goes to the top of the standings. It's oh so close with the Astro Racing car, the 121 car. They're in second. They need to find 0.02 of a second somewhere on the track, which they can do. A purple second or a purple middle sector for the 121 car. Xavier absolutely throwing that car across the track, and he is going to get some slipstream down the main straight. That is going to help him as well. It is not going to be in his way. That slipstream is going to help him all down the straight to gain that valuable time. He needs to find 2,000, a purple middle sector, a green 4th sector. What is his 5th sector going to be? This is going to be the decidable sector. And it is going to be, yes, it is going to be a provisional pole position time. A 1:29.841. Half a tenth and a little bit more is the time that he is now ahead of the .X Esports Red car. And that is oh so close. But it's close everywhere. From P1 to P9. It's all within thousands from each other. And if we look at the moment, it looks like it's Astro Racing, like we said, in pole position or provisional pole position. But if we go and see what the gap is between all of them from P1 to P9, it's only 0.4 of a second. And the whole field is kind of within 0.8. So it's oh so close between everyone. Really improving at the moment. These guys, of course, have 1.5 minutes left to start their lap time. The T3 Motorsports car, the 178 BMW. What can they do? He's now going to want to start his fast lap. Oh, does he spin there? Not quite. But on the exit, he gets all out of shape, and that was just a little bit too much for the T3 BMW. That looks like a handful to handle. But .X Esports Red with a purple 2nd sector. It is again going to be oh so close between all of them. Thank you, XM Racing. Welcome to the stream. And I hope you will enjoy today as much as I do. But let's now look what Marius Brouwer can do. He has another lap, so it doesn't have to be this lap. But it would be nice if it was this one. But it isn't going to be this one. It has to be his next lap. if he wants to snatch that pole position away. And it is going to be a pole position, I think, for the Crips Racing team in the AM class. Of course, we're not going to talk too early because it is very close. Only 2.5 tenths to P2 Akil Racing. Very Racing Team Black are still in the pits. They have not set a competitive lap time yet. Niels Leppers, welcome to the stream. Yeah, from Team Eibach. Yes, we have like 4 teams of Eibach Sim Racing in this race. It's gonna be difficult to know which one you mean. But of course, all Team Eibach, I think that is. They are currently in 7th position in the GTE class. But it does look like, okay, from Team 2, but it does look like we do not have all the liveries loaded. I don't know why that is. Yeah, I just noticed it as well. I can't restart trading paints, buddy. There it is. I hope this will fix the problem. On my way, Mardix. There we are. So it should be fixed now. Yeah, definitely. They are in P3. We'll run over the field quickly now that is hopefully fixed. Astro Racing take pole position in the GTE field. .X Esports Red is behind that in second. T3 Motorsports by Manatee Pack GTE. The only BMW in the field is third. Then fourth is Orion Race Team Pack GTE. JD Sim Racing is in fifth. 6th is Astro Racing Marola. 7th, Eibach Sim Racing Team 2. Crips Racing is in 8th. 9th is PM Esports. 10th is Team Slow Pace. 11th, Akil Racing. 12th is Eibach Sim Racing Team 1. And 13th, but last in the GTE field, is Verve Racing Team Black. Starting last in the LMPs will be the Eibach Sim Racing Team 3 car. They did not qualify for some reason. As you see here, all cars line up at the end of the pit lane. Well then. It is GT3 qualifying underway as well now. Well then, what can we expect from the GT3 field? Of course, a lot of teams will be looking to do better than they did last time out. A lot of people shouting or supporting the T3 Motorsports car. Of course, the only BMW in the only BMW there. Oh, as we have a spinner there. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, I did that. I did that, my friend. So it should all work now. But it is going to take a while, like Marnik said, because there are a lot of cars. But well, let's focus on qualifying instead of deliveries. The driving is much more important than deliveries at this moment in time. Deliveries will definitely be fixed for the next event, so already sorry to all the teams and their sponsors for not getting the stream time or camera time that they want. I'm trying to do my best to fix it on the fly. We have racing to keep our eye on as well. So we have the first laps coming through now. 33.0 is the time to beat by Fields Academy Motorsports at the moment. And it's already looking to be a close one here at the top of the standings. Yeah, the track is very hot, Justin. That is a very good point. I thought it was at 53 degrees last time out. Yeah, the liveries don't load, Fernando. Yeah, Vu's a very, very fast driver, like we saw last time out as well. Fields Academy Motorsports car in first at the moment. That car driven by Christian. They set a faster lap time again. 2.5 tenths clear at the top of the field now. Urs Müller also improving or setting his first lap time. Nick Kerstens, also Kevin Vu now there in 7th. Z Challenger Glide Racing, but they are going to improve, I'm sure about that. What are they going to do though? They are going to move up into P4. Just a 10th behind the Orion Race Team Pack GT3. Yeah, I think Marnix that will work better, but that is something to keep an eye on for the next time. Because if it doesn't work now, there's nothing we can do about it, because that is trading paints. It might also be a problem with trading paints and not with us. I'm very sure it is, because we can't really do much other than just opening up trading paints, refreshing it like a million times, and if that doesn't work and trading paints is a problem again, there's nothing we can do about that again. I've had it a couple of times now with trading paints that it just does not want to work. But hey, because I had all the liveries, in the practice, and then into qualifying they all went. So maybe something with trading paints. So a file to insert will work better. Yeah, mornings. I don't know. I don't really care about it now. It's shit that it has to happen now, but I can't really do anything about it other than just refreshing it. Hopefully it should work now. This is the last time I'll try. We're gonna focus on qualifying now. We can't keep focusing on everything else. I hope it works now, but if not, well, it happens. Because I got a livery for this car, it has Platinum Racing League on it, so for this car it works. The hashtag racing car. Is still out there though. Fields Academy Motorsports in pole position still at the moment. And now Trading Paints is just turning on and off again or something. I don't know what. Yeah, it's all good, Marnix. I hope so. Okay, nice. Let's hope that it's now all done and dusted. It looks like it isn't because we still have... okay, never mind. It is looking a little weird, yes. But it'll fix itself, like Marnix said. This is a BMW with a Porsche livery on it. Isn't that nice? Something you love to see. Fields Academy Motorsports still in provisional pole position. Let's focus on qualifying now. I don't care about the liveries anymore now. So 22 thousandths of a second at the top of the standings. 21 thousandths of a second back to hashtag Racing GT3 there at the end. Then all very, very close there. Then we have a gap of 2 tenths exactly to Orion Racing Pack GT3. Then a gap of again 23 thousandths of a second. Thank you, Marnix. And then at the same time for TCE Virtual Motorsports 2, but they set their time later, I think. So their time will not be there. Or their time will be lower than them. But it's all oh so close. This field is unbelievably packed with good drivers. As the cars now can go. Yeah, BMW Porsche. I mean, that is a way to integrate the GTE BMW with the Porsche field. With that, we can, yeah, it's not really a dark horse anymore. It should look fine then. This then, the Austrian Sunraces orange car. It looks nowhere or nothing like it, but we could see the honeycomb or the honeycomb texture on the car, so it is loading kind of the correct one. Hashtag Racing GT3 goes to the top of the standings at the moment. Fields Academy Motorsports just been beaten 69 nice thousandths of a second. Yes, I did, Daniel. I just did that. Guys, I'm trying my best to get trading paints working, but if it doesn't want to work, that is that. Akil Racing Cyan in 5th. They are having a very good qualifying as well. Team iRacing Netherlands. They look very strong in race trim as well. The Ryder Engineering Esports red car. The Team Kersten's car, yes, that is kind of a good livery. John Sylvester on a very good lap as well for the TCE Virtual Motorsports 2 car. Just keep in mind, you have to only gain hundredths of a second here to jump up a position. Is he gonna do that? Yes, he is! Up into second, 44 thousandths of a second. That is oh so close for that car. And that is currently in pole position for the GT3 AM class. But they are very, very high up. This looks to be the good car now. They are in the pits already. Orion Racing Team. Using all of the track there. Sliding, of course, on the exit. That is how you are fast with these cars. The Reiter Engineering Lamborghini coming into the pit lane. No one improves, and everyone is into pit lane. Well, then after a lot of drama with liveries and everything, we have our starting grid formed. Hashtag Racing GT3 is in first. TCE Virtual Motorsports is in second. Fields Academy Motorsports is in third. iBox Sim Racing Team 4, very good qualifying for them again. They're in fourth. Orion Racing Team Pack GT3 in fifth. Sixth, Akil Racing Science Team iRacing Netherlands. They are in 7th. Austin Sim Races Orange in 8th. 9th. Z Challenger Goliath Racing Skull Candy. ERC powered by FSP TV Rijnland Yellow. Reiter Engineering Esports Purple. They are in 11th. Ludens Racing Green in 12th. 13th. RD Sim Sports H2 Motorsports in 14th. 15th is Digital Spirit DS Racing SR Technic Pack. They are in 16th. 17th. Team Kerstens 18th. TR powered by Geeks Energy, and then Bikes Online DS Racing in 19th. YS Motorsports Blue in 20th. 21st. TR Motorsports Pack and YS Motorsports Red round off the grid. Well, that is a very stacked grid. Yes, it looks like the BMW is a very good car at this track, since, yeah, well, we only have one BMW in the GTE field, and that has qualified in third. That is really, I think, the story from this qualifying, that BMW qualifying in third in the GTE field. Of course, qualifying does not matter that much in endurance racing, because of course you have 4 hours to make mistakes. So a lot of things that can go wrong in those 4 hours. Of course, this track being very difficult with traffic, of course. Well, then the race is gonna start in just a second. Well then, after a very, very good qualifying from all the drivers, I think it's time to go into a race where what do we expect from it? I mean, we have a lot of teams on this track. It's a very small track. I think the LMP2s are going to come up to the GT3 traffic very, very early on. And that is going to shake things apart. I think it's really how you get through the traffic at this track. Sector 2 is very difficult to get past traffic, especially. And then you have, of course, I think, the beginning of Sector 3 and 4, the ending of that, which is very difficult as well. But then we can go into the race, and I wish you guys a lot of viewing pleasure, and let's hope it's gonna be a good one. Yes, we are at the track again for some race action. And yes, oh boy, it does look like we finally have the liveries loaded. Oh my god, after a lot of trouble, we finally have them. Oh, that is good. Thanks, Angelo Jonge. Yeah, I hope not a lot of people have seen it, because, yeah, might cause some upsets. But of course, Rui Queiroz in his LMP2 in the lead of this race. And this is going to be an absolute cracker. As we are now gonna get rolling off the starting grid. And this Rui Queiroz will look at the race info real quickly. Of course, this is Brazil, Sao Paulo, a track 4.22 kilometers long. 52 degrees is the track temperature at the moment. And well, Interlagos, this race also called Interlagos, means between the lakes, like a lot of people know already. Well then, coming up to the green flag at the second round of the PRL Championship. The Platinum Endurance Championship, and it is gonna be a very, very good one. Well then, coming up to the green flag is gonna be Rui Queiroz leading us to that, side by side, lining up. And it's green, 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 going into the first corner. It is going to be Rui Queiroz alongside Winston Eckel of Platinum Racing Team Blue around the outside. He's going to try and go. Is that going to work? As a little bit further back, we also have, of course, the GTE starting. It's green, green, green for them as well. Into the first corner they go. And it's still there, the Astro car leading T3 Motorsports around the, or up the inside, rather there, of the first corner. And then we have, of course, the GT3 cars also starting as well behind that. YS Motorsports car, or the Ibach Sim Racing Team 4 car, is there in first position. Hashtag Racing GT3 now again. It's oh so close between all of them. We'll look further at the top of the standings. The Hashtag Racing LMP2 class car. They are still leading the field away. As we have had our first lap, and it's the Platinum Racing Team LMP2 car. Are they going to try it up the inside? No, not quite. It's a little bit too close for that. Or a little bit too far away for that, actually. As now everything has settled down. Platinum Racing Team still behind the Gazax Racing Team car. Of course, this is the first time that they are in this championship. But they are definitely looking very, very strong. Winston Eckel not had the best start there in that Gazax Racing Team car. It's Mirko Bortolotti with a very good start, as always. Of course, with Mirko Bortolotti, he is a master of the starts. And the head of our stewards is in chat as well, like we've seen a lot with the livery shit we've had. It's Marnix Heister, he is in chat now. And he says that we had a good start at 0 incidents. That is always good to see, but let's not jinx it. It's the Hashtag Racing LMP2 car at the front of the field, just getting away with it a little bit. And it's Astro Racing currently on top in the GTEs. SDK has a little bit, I don't know what is happening. Don't look at the top standings, of course. This is it's not going up and down like that. Astro Racing currently in first, just ahead of .x Esports Red. They are in second, but like we've seen, it's all oh so close. The T3 Motorsports BMW is in third, still in with a shot, of course, at overtaking the leaders at the end of the straight. Of course, we know that BMW is a very, very quick car in a straight line. Yes, I'm sure about that as well. When the LMP2 start to get through the field, we will see, I think, a lot of things happening. The Austin versus blue car is in 14th at the moment. They're quite far back. Benedikt Hochleitner is in that car. Hashtag Racing LMP2 still in the lead. Kazakh's racing team are getting away a little bit from the Platinum Racing Team blue car, but that is little by little. But with that slipstream, I think Winston Eckel can stay behind very, very closely. Well, I think it's good we have such a low incident limit level, because that encourages people to drive cleanly. And with only 30x, that is definitely gonna be the case. You're gonna have to do this. It looks like SDK has crashed again. I'm gonna try and fix this. Stick with us, we'll be back in a bit.